Hello there, my dear friend. Say, you came around at the right time. I was just looking for my game library and I came upon this title that I haven't even heard of at all. Yet I own it. Some wizardry is a brewing, methinks. Say, how about you and me? We look through this obscure PS1 title together and ask the question, what is Moho? Moho is a really strange title for a video game. Then again, there have been much odder in my travels. To begin our divulging, I looked up the definition of Moho and it pertains to this. Noun, the boundary between the Earth's crust and mantle across which there is a sudden change in the velocity of seismic waves. Don't know about you, but I don't see any of that on the front cover. We've got some robot things. Is that Pepsi Man's girlfriend? Okay, let's look at the back. It seems okay. Here we are. Moho was developed by some team known as Lost Toys. No clue what they've made. And hey, it's published by Take-Two Interactive, aka Rockstar Games, who have given us the pretty good stuff that do not need mentioning. Shh, the intro's starting.
Alpha Prime, a maximum security prison planet for synthetic life forms. Convicts are sent here to compete in gladiatorial competitions. Only the strongest are chosen, as only the strongest will survive. Many don't live through the induction process. But for those who do, there is one hope for freedom: to be the last man rolling.
Congratulations, game. You just sold me. I was questioning if they were robots at first, but after seeing some blood on that saw blade and that they were called synthetics, yeah, we're playing as some buff boys with balls, as sporty as that sounds. But did you see that guy walking with his puppet legs, his potato feet, his German sausage? Okay, I know, moving on, sorry. All I gotta say is that this is a highly intriguing premise. 'Tis time to start anew in the single-player mode, and we've already reached a difficulty spike. Picking a character. Oh, who to choose from? Angel? Apostle? Ooh, you're immediately on my Christmas wish list. Benny! Born to drill, hey, Benny Hill. Like Benny Hill. Oh, but I hate myself. Lockdown sounds like a Transformers character. That's pretty cool. Apostle it is then. Oh, sorry, I was literally looking for the menu of all the different characters to choose from. It's very hard to choose because there's a lot of background story and not only the stats on the screen there, but I don't know. It's just very hard to choose with these different characters and whatnot. It's like at a restaurant when you want to order either the prawn salad or the minestrone soup or waffles. Choose your poison, man. Here's Apostle's backstory.
Precious little is known of Apostle's construction, or indeed purpose. He was discovered slaughtering humans in a remote village in an effort to cleanse the universe of human oppression. He was captured by the military and brought to the prison complex for higher security robo-psych tests. Apostle proclaims himself as a revolutionary and styles himself as a crusader for his own brand of justice and redemption. Nobody really knows what he believes in, although it is painfully obvious that he's not entirely dealing with a full deck. Is that my voice? Is that my voice? Oh well.
Apostle.
I chose wisely. That's something you don't read every day. Select a prison. Oy vey. The only prison we can enter is the Eco Prison, so let's not drop the soap on this one. There's different events to partake in for your insignificant freedom out of each prison and into the next. How about we start with Last Man Rolling? And it's exactly what it is. Defeat the other opponents in the arena, reigning supreme on your own feet. I mean, ball. Ready to see an absolute cakewalk? Oh god, oh crap, jeez Louise, get away, take that, you pieces of scrap shit. Oh, that was easy. That was quite close. Oh no, please no. Shit. Brutal. These AI folk do not mess about, and I love it. They're in it to win it just as much as me and are completely relentless. The controls are gonna take some time getting used to, but so far, I'm digging it. Cue the rockin' montage music! Not what I had in mind, but coolio. Up next is Run the Gauntlet, and is pretty much an obstacle course filled with other opponents, platforming, traps, lasers, ramps, and a lot of bumps along the way, stopping me from making it to the finish line. Top-notch stuff, I say. Tag? Are we really going there? Primary school tag? Maybe it's beating the balls off of each other kind of tag. Oh. Wait, we're not even in the same ballpark to what I was thinking of. It's a collectathon challenge around different dangerous skate park arenas. Might as well bag 'em and tag 'em. And this is where I have to talk about it. The physics, the maneuvering, and the mechanics. There's this satisfying feeling when it's gaining momentum as your legless character literally swims and powerhouses his arms through the air to move with the rolling ball attached to the body. The controls are constructed very tightly and give a sense of weight to my player Apostle. You feel the heaviness of riding up a steep ramp. You feel the lightness of rolling down a ramp and lifting up the other end in the air. It controls how the character would move if they were a rolling vegetable. Alrighty, got all the tags, and now it's time for some baller racing, and visualizing for yourself there doesn't need to be much explanation. Except for the fact that this kind of race is savage. Other ballers will slam anyone in their way and there's no stopping them. Keeping a focus on getting that first place spot is all that matters. Back to the control side of things, the maneuvering around tight corners puts a lot of oomph on your speed, slowing you straight down, which is why taking corners to gain velocity in your baller speed is a great strategy. See that? An absolute cakewalk that was. Apostle knows he's living the baller life. And that was just the first prison of Moho. But we're not done yet, let's embellish the rest of these other prisons. Led Zeppelin Prison, my kind of party. The next event mode is Powerball, and no, it's not a lottery game. The objective is to collect balls and attach them to this power tower in order to win. Simple. Pursuit owns the same merits of Run the Gauntlet, except this occasion is a tad more fast-paced. You gotta reach the end before the arena collapses upon you, and oh my, is it a treat of death, and more death. It puts your skills straight to the test. And finally, King of the Hill, which everyone should know. Stay in a central position longer than other players, and if they get in your spot, bash the scrap out of them. Out of all the modes, I love Run the Gauntlet most, because the challenge is absolutely real and the obstacles become really exciting to face. Now you know what the modes round up as, I want to go back to some of the controls again. Like I said, there are opponents to face off against in these harsh modes, and fighting is 3/4 the battle. Rapidly smashing the circle button lets Apostle here attack other foes with a simple strike attack, but it's also very wise to block with the triangle button. The fighting is raw and aggressive. The AI won't put up with you in the battle whatsoever, and are willing to turn you into a mulch, a bucket of scraps, dog food, mincemeat, Charlie Brown's War and Peace essay. They shall never repent. There's no need to be afraid of bashing and bowling away. If you do so, gain some speed and do a forceful punch to knock the opponent down. Down here on the lower right is your main focus. Green is the health, blue is your energy for whenever you want to stop your ball by pressing R1, and orange is this awesome spinning trick. forces the guard straight to the floor. Speaking of which, this leads me to what happens when you take down an enemy and the impact it has on your field. I swear to God, Moho is deliberately making me fall in love with it even more. There is a pulse in each battlefield, and my greatest example of explaining it is, imagine mixing cornstarch and water in a bowl, which creates a solid substance. Then slam your fist in the bowl, smashing the bowl apart, letting the water and cornstarch release their tension to form into a gooey and liquid substance. Not only does it look cool, but it makes for getting past difficult sections much easier. And now the title, Moho, officially has sense to it. I absolutely admire the setting, this drab prison planet filled with a multitude of prisons, nothing but steel with fragments of harsh green terrain and drab waters. You could complain there's not much variety in its visual presentation, but I'll counter that by saying it's a planet with nothing but prisons for synthetics set in the future. I appreciate the bleak metal environment, and hey, there's some great use of colours in the textures. Also, the character models have great detail with different looks, posture, and their designs. Come to think of it, there's a little thing I take into consideration. The coloured wire that connects the body to the bowl indicates your health meter. It'll go from green to yellow to red, and really helps by eliminating the distraction of looking at the HUD. Great little detail there, developers, really top notch. I notice I've been fairly positive on Moho. Are there any flaws? Yes. The music isn't what I would call good, more or less average. The menu music is the only track that rings a bell for me. I will admit that two of the modes, Powerball and King of the Hill, become tedious, even though they're not the most used ones. I mainly wanted to get those ones out of the way without any second thought of replaying them. And finally, I'm in between liking and hating the difficulty. There is challenge to be decided in Moho. Nevertheless, I find most of it to be a tad bit unfair. The AI guards can be brutal. A bit too brutal. To a point where you can't get back up or counter the oncoming attacks. The lasers in the gauntlets drain health to the brink of death, either killing you instantly or leaving a pellet of living. I wasn't pushed to the brink of insanity, but what came out was an ensemble of sighing and knowing that I'll get there in the end. But aside from those unfair quips, the rest of the game's challenge is cased around how well accustomed I am with the controls and timing. Ignore the clock and focus on the course in front. That's how I surpass. Still a lot of deaths though, so I think this calls for a death montage. Aside from the single player mode comes multiplayer. I can't necessarily show you the multiplayer side of things, but I can guarantee it's exactly what I've been showing you with the exception of a split screen and another friend by your side. How divine. I'm nearly finished with single player, but I'm gonna say that for myself later and for spoilers' sake of a near 2-decade-old game. So to end things off, I bring to you golf. Yep. I implore you to search for this game, find it, play it, kneel and pray to it, worship it, preach it to the gaming community so they can give this game attention. This is one of the best PS1 games that nobody is talking about. We talk about Crash, Spyro, Oddworld, Medieval, Siphon Filter, Ape Escape, even Rayman, but not Moho? Seriously, Moho is lacking the attention that it needs, and we need to spread this out to the gaming community so people can know about what Moho is. Is it one of the best games ever made? Yes! So as always, my name is James, this is most definitely my game, and I'll see you the next time. Bye bye. Oh, and for those people in the NTSC region, Moho is not called Moho. It's exactly not Moho, but it is called Ball Breakers. Funny, eh?